Still here. Sponsoring. Sponsoring. This is a biggie. Yeah, this is a big one. This is a challenge for everybody. For everybody, for all of us. I'll tell you, personally, if someone said to me, Sherry, you need to go out today and you need to sponsor 2 people, or this week you need to sponsor, 2 or 3 people, oh, that would just be hell for me. That would be hell for me to have to just go out and find somebody to say, hi, you want to join my team? Please don't ever use those words. Please don't, because the answer is pretty much always going to be no if you do it that way. What I prefer to do so that I can avoid that kind of pressure is I prefer to make it a part of my everyday life, okay? Take, for example, on Sunday, I was shopping with my mom. I was buying some new bedding for my bed because for the last 6 years, I have had a $50 bed in a bag from Macy's that was the ugliest thing I had ever seen. But 6 years ago, I needed a comforter, and I remember standing at the register with a knot in my stomach because I shouldn't have been spending that $50. And I'm like, oh, my husband is going to be mad at me, but dang it, I need a comforter. I didn't have one on my bed. I just had a blanket on my bed, right? So here we are 6 years later, and I finally found a set that I liked. I'm standing there making the purchase, and I said to the sales lady, she was she was good, like very helpful and very knowledgeable, but not pushy. Like, she was perfect. She was my kind of saleswoman. I said to her, wow, this is kind of surreal right now. What a difference a year makes. And she said, oh, what do you mean? And I said, well, a little over a year ago, I couldn't afford to buy this. And I told her the story. About 6 years ago, I stood at this very same register and I bought a $50 bed in a bag. And she looked at me, because I was spending more than $50 on Sunday. She looked at me and she looked at the receipt and she looked back at me and she goes, what happened? And I said, well, I started working and I have the craziest job on the planet. And I stopped right there. And she goes, what? Like, right? She's leaning in. She's all interested now. I said, I sell mascara on Facebook. And she just goes, what? And now she's looking at my lashes, right? Sorry about that. That wasn't right. She's looking at my lashes. I go, yep. And here we are. I said, my life has changed like I can't even tell you. I said, and the best part is, I work from my home. I work from my phone wherever I go. I get paid within 3 hours. I help other women change their lives. Like, it is the craziest, biggest blessing of my life. That starts our conversation. So guess what? Tomorrow, I'm meeting with her because I said to her, I said, look, you're good at what you do. You're a good salesperson. You know how to give good customer service, because this has been a very pleasant experience for me, right? I said, you would kill this. And she's like, oh my God, I would love to be able to be off my feet and not have to wear these heels every single day. And I said, you're preaching to the choir. I used to do that. I know exactly how exhausting and what hard work this is. I said, you won't even believe it. And I'm so happy to show you. I'll show you exactly how I did it. Done. That's the kind of stuff. You have to keep your ears open for opportunity. And it's not an opportunity to invite someone to join your team. It's an opportunity to share. And I've said before, I feel like this is such a blessing for me, and it has changed my life, and it has changed the lives of so many women that I know, hundreds and thousands of women, right? We don't have the right to keep this opportunity to ourselves. I truly feel that way right now. I don't have the right, because there are people out there who are struggling, and if you keep your ears tuned, you're going to hear them say, medical bills, kids in college, husband got laid off, I need to go back to work, all of this kind of stuff. If you keep your ears tuned and you hear that, All you have to say is, look, you know I work from home, right? Do you know what I do? It cost me $99. I got like $250 worth of makeup. I work from my phone. And I'm not alone. I work with an amazing group of people, and we're all so supportive. Everything I need is in my phone. And here's my card. Check it out. And I always say, you know what? Take my card, look it up online. If it speaks to you and sounds like something you're interested in, then let me know and I can give you more information. No pressure, because, you know, it's not for everybody. You have to turn loose of the results. Don't get yourself attached to the results. Whether they join or not, honestly, I don't care. I've done my job. My job is to share the opportunity. That's your job too. Share the opportunity with as many people. Be happy. I'm always saying, be light. It's fun. It's fun. Don't be scared. But don't attach yourself and don't attach your self-worth to the results. If they don't join, they don't hate your guts. I promise. It may not be for them, right? If somebody doesn't join, that's okay. My girlfriend Tammy was a presenter in April. It took me until the end of July to join. Didn't mean I hated her. Love you, Tam. You know? So don't attach yourself to the results. Share the opportunity. And if you consistently share it, you will never find yourself in a position where you're freaking out that you suddenly need to add 2 or 3 presenters in a week, you know, to keep your circle sales up or to hit a promotion or whatever. Just constantly keep planting the seeds. And sometimes those seeds take a year. Sometimes they take 18 months. Sometimes, you don't know. It may only take a day or 2. Keep planting the seeds. The more seeds you plant, the more is going to bloom. The more your team will bloom, okay? All right, guys, go out there and have a great day.